Good morning. And by good morning, I mean good evening. Oh man, this filter on the Instagram is tomfoolish absurdery. Today, welcome to the 25th day of Pisces season. Y'all, numbers are hard sometimes. Numbers are a challenge. Welcome to the almost completion of the Pisces season. We are at the exploration of Sagittarius and Pisces, and this is a fun one. Yesterday was a little deep, was a little down, was a little sad. Not necessarily sad, quote unquote, but like it wasn't exuberant. And today we say enough of that, enough of the like, ooh, the darkness. Now it is time to fly. Now it is time to soar. Now it is time to run and grow and learn and be above the water. We are advanced fire. We get into the last four signs. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Sagittarius, fire. Capricorn, earth. Aquarius, air. Pisces, water. What was started in Aries is then danced with in Leo, is then exalted and flown with and fully realized in Sagittarius. Now here's the fun thing about Sagittarius. They are the reason why I chose the Instagram filter. If you find this on the Facebook, then just boop on over to my Instagram page and you'll see what this filter is. But the reason why I chose this one is because there is an other world, a flight, I know I keep saying flight. There is the moment where Sagittarius says, I've traveled so far, I'm on another planet. I'm on another planet. I'm over here on my other planet figuring out things, absorbing all of the information that I can from this planet. This culture, this lifestyle, this moment. Figuring everything out about it so that I can come back and translate what I've learned to the community. Now, here's the fun thing. Pisces is on another realm. Pisces says we have one foot on this earth and the other foot in yes and. So for those Sagittarians that are like, I want a friend to go on an adventure with, you can have a great adventure with Pisces. You can soar, you can learn, you can grow, you can explore, you can talk, you can dance with the Piscean energy in a ferocious, expansive way. Now, I like to say that Sagittarius is appreciation versus appropriation. When utilized correctly, when done correctly, hi boo-boo, it is a moment of really honoring the culture and the lesson learned from what the Sagittarius absorbs. Sagittarius is prophecy, profound, all the big words, prophetic, professor, passionate, pandemonious. So, the Sagittarius says, my job, my goal is to expand. Expand in knowledge, expand my relationship to laws and my belief system, expand in what I learn, and expand the journey. Now, here's the other fun thing. Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. Jupiter that's also why we get along so well together, is because there is the Jupiter generosity, the Jupiter storytelling, the Jupiter expansion, the Jupiter growth, the Jupiter bigness, the Jupiter grandness says, I am that internal, whereas Sagittarius is more external about the way that they dance with Jupiter, Pisces is internal about the way that they dance with Jupiter. The other thing that I love is Pisces' ruling planets is Neptune and Jupiter, right? Neptune, cloudy dreams. Jupiter, internal expansion. What is explored and danced with in Sagittarius in an external way is then imbued in an internal way with Pisces. And let me also say, for those that are following this journey, this is also when we get to this is where we get to the heady stuff. This is where we get to, these last four signs get okay. We're getting grand. We're getting big. We're getting overwhelming. We're getting with these higher vibrancy planets, American language gets more unhelpful because the energy of them goes beyond what we can express. I think it is one of those things where these higher vibrancy signs, these higher vibrancy planets must be tended to on a soul level. So do the due diligence yourself to figure out exactly how you work with them. And I can help with that if you want to do a private reading. Okay, heart of the matter. Ooh, internal creativity. Internal love. Oh. 5 of Swords. This is a moment of separation. A moment of setting boundaries, a moment of saying, I'm not going to do what I was doing anymore. And then change. Sudden movement, change. Ace of Wands says, we are at the precipice of a creative adventure. We are at the precipice of a creative, fiery journey. And I think where Pisces and Sagittarius meet is the Jupiterian journey. And this says, it starts from within. The journey starts from here. The journey starts from your heart. And it expands and grows and gets creative from there. This is ignition. This is saying yes to the creative seed that we have been planting with the Ace of Pentacles. The journey is self-love. The journey will always be self-love. The journey is self-love. The journey will always be self-love. The journey is self-love. The journey will always be self-love. You will always learn what it means. You will always be one step closer to learning what it means to love yourself when you say yes to an adventure. It's inevitable. It's part of it. I was going to try and do an analogy, but then they were all like, now someone can find the hole, and that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. Every analogy that I was in. Always love. This is the importance of this one. Always self-love. Always, always, always self-love. Hello, darling. And in this exploration, you will find that there may come a time when you need to separate yourself from yourself. There's a moment of, ooh, I am not the person that I thought I was. I am not the person that I am leaving this changed. When I was on the road trip, I came back feeling like I was a completely different person. And the lessons that I learned, the growth that I had, the things that I experienced, the beauty, the reverence that I felt was like, okay, I'm new now. I've evolved. I've changed. So therefore, I need to shed the parts of me that are no longer relevant. I need to shed the parts of me that are no longer helpful. And that's kind of what this card is about. When a worm gets cut in half, they become two. They don't grow themselves back together. They become two. So this is not a moment of healing. This is a moment of severing. Severing yourself for the purpose of self-love, and severing yourself for the purpose of the creative journey. Severing yourself from the negativity, severing yourself from the doubt, from the fear, from the no you can't, no you shouldn't, how could you? Severing yourself from that. When a lightning bolt strikes, you see the entire sky light up for 1 second. And in that second, you have clarity. That is your intuition. That is the visual representation of your intuition. So when you see clarity, when you get that download, when the lightning strikes, your intuitive lightning strikes, this is a very Uranian card, what do? Do you wait for the next lightning bolt? Or do you apply action from the first lightning bolt? When do you act? When do you go? When do you move? When do you travel? This is a beautiful, beautiful card. I also just want to do a confirmation check because I feel called to do a double. Fact checking! Yeah, sudden movement or change. The Eight of Wands strikes like lightning. It's a card of news, change, or clarity in an unresolved situation. You might hear from an old friend out of the blue or receive some surprising news that shifts the direction of your course. This card sometimes means literal movement is on the horizon, so be ready to travel if the opportunity arises. Sudden movement, change, lightning, intuition. Hello. Your intuitive movement, your intuitive change is going to be what helps you understand how to correctly separate yourself from the fear, separate yourself from the negative attachments so that you could be one step closer to understanding what it means to love yourself and genuinely, truthfully, authentically, purely start your creative adventure. from within. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. Our access point is the realm of the High Priestess. The realm that others pass by without noticing. When I was thinking about the way that Sagittarius and Pisces dance together, it is meeting in this realm. It is meeting in this realm. I love it. It's meeting in this realm, and the Sagittarius energy when here says, okay, great. Let's learn everything we can about it. And then the Pisces energy says, okay, great. What do we feel here? What do we feel in this realm? What is the subconscious attachment to this realm? What is the knowing of this realm? Yes, learn. But let's talk about feelings, boo-boo. Let's talk about how we can dream it because we've already known it. Let's empathize with this realm. Let's love this realm. It's so good. It's so good. I think the other thing about the Sagittariusness is I like to picture Jupiter as like the big uncle that sits on a beach chair all day long and has like an unlimited supply of beverage, and it's just like, tell me another story, tell me another. I don't care what the story is. I just want to be entertained. I just want to hear about your adventure. I just want to hear about what you've done, what you've grown to, what you've experienced. And I think the interesting thing is when we get to that Sagittarius point in the journey, we are experiencing the adventure. It's kind of that mid-adventure check-in. When you're writing letters to your friends and family, when you're posting about it as it's happening, when you're recanting stories from the adventure with friends at a dinner table that you met earlier in the day. Still adventuring, but still having that check-in. And then the Pisces is when we fully get to understand every detail about the adventure. We fully get to understand the puzzle pieces of why it had to happen the way that it happened. So when you're in the Sagittarius expansion, allow yourself to expand. But give yourself the gift of speaking truth to your story, because that will help with the moment of clarity, the Piscean moment of clarity, as it's happening. Allow yourself to tell your story as your story is happening. Ooh, but I'm not ready for people to see me in my process. That's my ugly phase. Yes, I know. We want to see it. We want to see it. We want to see ugly. We want to see figuring it out. We want to see process. You also don't, there's also that moment of you don't need to tell anybody. You don't need to post about it. You don't need to showboat it. You don't need to broadcast it. There's so much beauty when you just tell your story for yourself. When you write it down, when you journal, when you have a meditative check-in. think the big takeaway of today is tell your story. Tell your story. And if you say, well, I don't know what story to tell, then you better go on an adventure so that you can get a story. I can't wait to hear it. Let me know. I love you all. Have fun. Have fun adventuring. Enjoy your realms. Enjoy your learnings. Enjoy your adventuring. End video. Goodbye.